I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright in the morning. Got the top open.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be looking at Pokemon cards again. Today this is my second deck, so I guess you can say it's episode 2 if it's a series, but it's not a series. Don't think it's a series. Pokemon cards may come into a series, but it's not yet. Anyway, so today this is my water and fairy deck. So we're going to start off with the energies, like we did last time, I believe. I think we did. Obviously, so we have the fairies, and we have the water. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fairies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that's 19. Okay, maths. That's 19. And then we have this one, which is a double colorless energy, which counts as 2 colorless energies, which is useful for multiple reasons. I'm sure you can figure out why. So next up is, that was quick, by the way. That was quick. That was under a minute. Just saying. Also, if you do want to check out any of my other stuff, I've got a Halo series at the moment. That's every Tuesday. Random videos every Thursday. I got streams every now and then. There's no schedule for streams, but if you do want to come over, donate, say hi, and stuff like that. Right, so with trainers, we're going to start off with the supporters, and I have Plumeria. She allows you to discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, you get to discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's good if you want to be a dick, basically. This one I think should be in every deck, really. Pokemon Fan Club. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. That's good for getting, like if you have GX basics, that's good. Very good. Next up is Lady. Lady allows you to search your deck for up to 4 basic entry cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle the deck afterwards. That is a banger. 4 basic entries, that should be in every deck as well. And then obviously I got How, which is just draw 3 cards. Simple. And then I got a Potion, which is heal 30. Simple. Excuse me. Energy Retrieval should be in every deck, I reckon. If it focuses. Put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. That's quite good. Then we have the Pekin Red card, which, if it focuses, is. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may have your opponent count the cards in their hand, shuffle those cards into their deck, then draw that many cards. So if they have a good hand, they've been saving up to get a good hand, and you just wreck them basically with that. Well, that was an item card, so the same with the other 2 before that. I'm on to the Timer Ball, and I think this was in my other deck as well. It says flip 2 coins for each head, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. That's a good one, should be in every deck as well, I reckon. And then our tool in this deck is the Fairy Charm. And I don't know if it's going to show what it says, but it says prevent all damage done to the fairy Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's GX and EX, but of the Psychic types. So that's really good. If they have a Psychic GX or an EX, you can't get attacked, basically, but you have to put this on a fairy type Pokemon, which we'll get to in a second. The Stadium card in this deck is Brooklet Hill. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water type or a basic fighting / rock type. Put it on the bench and shuffle the deck afterwards. Simple, simple, simple. Because we have water types in this deck, that is why. So, obviously it's Water and Fairy. So the first evolution here is Water with Snow-Rent, who is a water type. It's got 60 HP. Chili does 10, and Frost Breath does 20. It's just your simple basic Pokemon. really. Then we have Glalie here, 120 health, water type. Crunch does 40. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's really good. Raging Flow is 70 plus, which is if this Pokemon has any damage counters on this on it, this attack does 80 more damage. So if you're attacked by like 10 HP and you're on 110, it will do 150 damage to whatever. So Glalie is a really good card. Next up we have Alolan Sandslash, who is a water type, 60 HP. Defense KO costs nothing. Flip a coin if heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon. There we go. And then Ice Ball costs 3, which is only 30 damage. So that's not a good one itself. But when it evolves into my Reverse Hollow Sandslash here, it has 120 health, water type, Spike Armor, does 30. And during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, even if it's knocked out, put 6 damage counters on the attack Pokemon. That's really good. Yeah. Frost Breath obviously does 90. That's good as well. Next up for the waters is Buizel, 70 HP, water type. Water Gun does 30 damage. Simple Pokemon. Then we have a Reverse Hollow Floatzel, does 100 damage. Not 100 damage, it's got 100 health, sorry. It has Agility and Aqua Blast. Agility, flip a coin if heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your next turn. And it does 30 damage. Aqua Blast is 2 energies, 80 damage, but you have to discard an energy from your Pokemon. A water energy, sorry. Finishing off the water types with a Love Disc, which is 60 HP and water type. Heart Wink, flip a coin if heads, your opponent can't draw a card at the beginning of his or her next turn. That's big, because if they've got crap, they're going to keep crap, basically. Spike Draw, need 2 energies, 20 damage, and you get a draw card, which is a bonus. Love Disc is probably a good one to start the whole match with. So if you get it in your hand to start with, that's brilliant. Now we have a Reverse Hollow Regice, 120 HP. Ability Icy Barrier. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any Stadium cards. Not game breaking, but it's good, I think. Icy Wind is its attack. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep, so it makes him fall asleep, and it does 60 damage, which is big. Moving on to the fairy types now, we have a Cottony, or 2, I should say. 2 Cottonies, 50 HP, and fairy type. And what I love about this Cottony is that it can play in any deck due to its attack cost being colorless energy. But it's called Continuous Tumble, and you can flip a coin until you get tails. Its attack does 10 damage for each heads. That's big. For a 50 HP basic fairy type, that's big. Because you can get... It's possible to get hundreds of damage just with that. But then you can evolve it into a Whimsicott. And it's got 70 HP, fairy type. First move, Windy Mischief. Move all damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's big. That's really big. There's lots of scenarios where that could be big. Rolling Tackle just does fairy. So you're probably better off not evolving it. The only thing is you get 20 more health. Yeah, Cottony's pretty better in that situation. Now we have, that's the end of the fairies and the waters. Now we have the colourless ones, or to an extent. So we have a Stuffle here. It's a colourless Stuffle, 70 HP. Tackle does 10, Hammer In does 60. Simple. But I also have another Stuffle here, which is actually not a colourless, but its attack cost is. And all it is flop with 30. But that just gives you another, well, basically another weakness. It doesn't even give resistance. Oh well. Yeah, but then I have a Beware. Or 2 of them. 130 HP, colourless. Rake It In is a good one, I reckon. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. That's a good ability, I reckon. But so you can get 6 cards altogether drawn. That's really good. Dangerous Blow now does 60. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, this attack does 60 more damage. So it does 120 if they're basic. That's big. That's big. Beware's got a good card. Now to finish off this deck, these are my special cards. that I based the deck around. Obviously, I'm going to save them to last, and you don't yeah. So first off, we got a Wishy Washy, which I packed a couple of years ago actually. Well, I say a couple of years ago. Sun and Moon didn't come out that long ago, did it? Anyway, it's just normal Wishy Washy GX, 210 HP, water type, and it's interesting because its first move here requires 1 energy, and its water gun does 20. That's interesting for a GX because you can start off with a Wishy Washy and do 20 damage each time, but then get 5 energies, and you can either do Torrential Vortex, which is 120, and you get to discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. That's big. Wishy Washy is good. Or you can use this GX move, which is Blue Surge GX, does 220, and you have to move all the energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. That's also very big. I like that. Where should we put them? Is there any way I can lean them up against the wall? Nah, that's way too far away, isn't it? Oh well, I'll just put them there. Next up we got Eevee, which isn't clearly special, but the next one is. You've got 2 EVs, 60 HP. I'm using the black and white one because the first move there, Signs of Evolution, search deck for 3 Pokemon of different types that evolve from Eevee, reveal them and put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. That's good because obviously I have an Evolution GX or EX. Then Bite does vary, but it's very big to have that kind of Eevee. Next up is Sylveon GX, which I've also packed from a pack. 200 HP, Fairy type. Magical Ribbon is its first attack. I don't know if you can see that there. Search your deck for up to 3 cards, then put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. Just going to move the microphone a little bit so I can get to the bottom of this card so I can hold it straight. Next move is Fairy Wind, does 110. Only requires 3 energies, which is quite good. And then the last move, which is a GX move, I think it's Plea or Player, something like that. It's a GX move. Put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all the cards attached to them into your opponent's hand, which isn't that big. I wouldn't use this GX move in this deck. Wishy Washies is good, but my next card is Alolan Vulpix, and we have this Alolan Vulpix, which has 60 HP, water type. Roar, which costs nothing, and it just switches active Pokemon with bench Pokemon. Then Icy Snow, which costs 1, which is 10 damage. And we have this Alolan Vulpix, which is the one that I like to use the most. It's got 60 HP as well, water type. Beacon, the move there. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in your hand. Any 2 Pokemon, that is. So you can get literally the 2 next Pokemon that I'm about to show you. And then Icy Snow, which does 20. Yeah. Then we have this bad boy who I got in a pack. I think I got all these GXs in a pack, to be honest. 210 HP, water type. Ice Blade. This attack does 50 to any of your opponent's Pokemon. That's good. Nice damage. Blizzard Edge, 160. Just got 2 energy from this Pokemon. Not so great, but Ice Blade is the one to go for, I reckon. And Ice Path GX. This one has mugged me off a couple of times, not gonna lie. Move all damage counters from this Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. That has mugged me off so many times, but it's a good GX move. Right, the last card in this deck is indeed a Rainbow Rare Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Ninetales even, GX. 200 HP, so it's 10 less than that one there. It's very type this time, so it's the Alolan Ninetales' other type. It's got an ability called Mysterious Guidance. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. Simple but effective. Next one is Snowy Wind, does 70 damage. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which is good. So 70 on the active, 30 on someone else. And then Sublimation GX is if your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, it is knocked out. Straight out, just knocked out. I won the game with this before, and it felt good. But I just want to show you that this card is very nice. And it's the best card I have, I believe. Rainbow Rare is very nice. But yeah, that's the end of it, really. Wow, this one was a little bit quicker than the other one. 15 minutes long this time, compared to 30, I believe. That's a thumbs up if you can't see. Yeah, name this deck for me, please. No one named the other one, but I did get some good feedback with the other video. They should be coming out on the Thursday, hopefully. Yeah, I do have one more deck. If you do want to see, let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and all that malarkey. And I'll see you next Tuesday in Halo. See ya.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from dealing. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bat. Snapping with a phone and die. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in the drip and sip blockbuster.